Hello everyone, my name's Jeremy. Welcome to Block and Key. Today is June 15th, 2017, and today's episode is called The Great Crypto Pump and Dump. Cryptocurrencies have been rising dramatically over the last few weeks and few months, and it just seems like there's a lot of irrational exuberance out there. I don't know how you feel about that, if you think cryptos are going to go up forever, and I mean not just talking the altcoins, I mean Bitcoin and Ethereum. So I have some analysis that I would like to share with you, take a look at, and just get your opinions and see what you think. I think we're in a massive bubble that's going to blow up. I'm not sure when. I'm not sure what it's going to do to Bitcoin and Ethereum. My emotions on Ethereum are mixed, which I might get into in another video, so I can maybe talk about that a little bit later. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. See you soon.
Block and Key.
So I'm sure a lot of you are aware of an individual named Clif High. He creates a report called the WebBot Report. Over the last couple of months, he's been focusing mostly on cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a lot of these altcoins. And this is just my opinion. I'm not attacking anybody in this video outright. I'm just trying to shed some light on how I view things, and just to maybe get you to ask some questions of what's exactly happening. So this half-past human site, Clif High claims to be an exceptional computer programmer. Judging from his website here, I'm not exactly sure what would give that indication. You could do a new website in about a day nowadays, and all the stuff he updates can be done so much quicker with a WordPress or Drupal platform, but that's just my opinion. But that aside, he has WebBot reports. He used to offer a report, I believe it was once a month, called the Alt Report. It was for $15. But now, this is pretty interesting. They're $99 a month, and it's bare naked wealth. And every month for $99, you can find out which great cryptocurrencies that you can speculate in. Again, I'm not trying to call these people an outright scams. I'll let you make that decision. So this clip is not from very long ago. It's like June 14th, or June 13th, sorry. So just a couple of days ago. And once I seen this, I was like, oh my goodness, we're in a bubble. If you're a follower of JSNIP4 here, again, I'm not trying to outright attack anybody. I'm not here to ridicule anyone or make fun of them. I'm simply just trying to point out some of their views and philosophies. I'm going to break this clip down, and once I'm done, I'll let you decide for yourself if we're in any kind of a bubble. So in this video here, he describes the WebBot and how he's investing in these cryptocurrencies from Clif High's WebBot report, and it's quite fascinating. I'll just play this and let you have a listen to this.
Video, what we need to talk about. Clif High's new report, the crypto report about cryptocurrencies, has just been released. If you're not aware of that, and again you want to play these cryptocurrencies, try to make some trades, try to make some money, etc. Absolutely priceless, in my opinion. His reports, they have been so freaking spot on. I've never seen anything like this in my life. His website is halfpasthuman.com. It'll be right there. Again, I don't think he changed the price. I think it's still $99, but it is out. There are several new cryptos I have never heard of that are listed, and he kind of has a rating system, if you will, like definitely buy and hold this one. This one's a little risky for this reason, we think. Buy it, hold it, but maybe not hold it too long. You know, stuff like that. It's like there's like little, categories, if you will, in some of them. So that's really neat.
Okay, so here he's talking about how the Webbot report is so amazing, and you should be investing in these cryptos, which to buy, which to hold, which to trade, and not just in like Bitcoin or Ethereum, but cryptocurrencies that he himself has never even heard of. Just to make a recap about Clif High, I have watched some of his videos from, past, just to kind of check this out, see what's exactly happening with all these people. And because you go into YouTube, it's Clif High, Webbot, Clif High, Webbot. I turned $100 into 16,000, and just these ridiculous claims. So I had to just go do a bit of research, but I found a couple of videos which I don't have in here. I'd have to try to go find them again, where Clif High talks about his predictive linguistics and how he doesn't like to influence future events. But I find that particularly odd because it seems like that's exactly what he's doing. So he's creating these Webbot reports for $99 a month that you subscribe to, and well, with enough people, you can influence the market. Now in this clip, Joe talks about how people are making fortunes off his reports, and it's like a predictive casino. I'm not kidding. JSnap4 discusses here how it is a win-win for everyone and no one can lose. I just have one question. Are you kidding me? People are actually believing this? I'm just going to play you the clip so you can listen for yourself.
I'm seeing people still emailing me even today. Man, I made this move, I did that move, I made some serious cash. Man, I just want to tell you tell Clif High, tell Clif High hi, because his last name is High. So I'll just say, tell Cliff I said hi, and thanks, stuff like that. We get it all the time. He gets those emails, Bix Weir gets those emails, I get those emails. I'm just glad that this is like working out for everybody. As I said, this is not the freaking stock market. You don't hear the talking heads on TV telling you to get into this investment and yada, yada, yada. This is like anti-system. This is anti-the system in every way, shape, or form. So there's even some ICOs, initial coin offerings coming up sometime in the future that his bot has spoken about in this particular report that's just been released today. And honestly, there's quite a few things in there. I'm like, man, where do I go? Do I do this one? Do I do that one? And here's the funny thing. If you look at like pretty much all the other cryptos, even the ones you've never heard of, they're all, like he said, rising waters or rising tides raises all ships. All ships being the tons and tons of cryptos, and they all seem to be rising one way or the other. So it's like, imagine going to a casino and you're playing roulette and you got the blacks and the reds and all the numbers and boy, I need red, I need red number 17, man, I need it to win big. And you find that even though you didn't hit, you happen to miss red 17, and boy, did it pay off. In other words, like a Veritasium, it sold at 33 to 1. When I got in, it was now selling at 10 to 1, 8 to 1, 7 to 1, 6 to 1, etc. That's red number 17, if you know what I mean. But it's like, oh, well, I missed that one, and it landed on black number 3. Oh, wow, I still doubled my money. I didn't make 20 times my investment, but hell, I doubled my money. That's what these cryptos are doing. It's like I keep saying, it's like you can't lose. It's just win. Everybody's winning. Where else can you do this? Where else can you go into a quote-unquote casino and win constantly? You'd kill the casino and be dead. You just got to make money. It's always in favor of the house. That's the way it works. The house always wins, right? And here, there's no house. It's just all of us interacting in this market, this crypto market. And we're all of us are pretty much making some money. I was calculating today at lunch, like how much just the Veritasium thing, even at 10 to 1, if I were to just sell it all today. Holy crap, I'd have that much just on those? No. Let me get my calculator out. Maybe my brain's not working right. Not that it was a crap ton of money. I'm not talking like $100,000 either. But tens of thousands. And I'm like, that's math, and that's 10 to 1. And when this thing goes live, talking about Veritasium, when it goes live on a major exchange, which should happen, then what? Is it going to go to, and I know a lot of times, there have been times when an ICO gets on an exchange and then it, everyone wants to sell and it pushes the price down, but then it recovers or whatever. Who knows with Veritasium? So many people want into this now, and it's so hard to use that Ether Delta that there probably is a ton of people waiting for it to go on the exchange and then jump on it.
So on this next clip here, Jason Ib4 talks about how you can jump in and out of ICOs and altcoins so you can buy houses with cash and even take vacations. Wow.
We'll just say I have a few Bitcoin, I've got a few Ethereum, I've got a few Veritasium, and I've got a few of such and such ICO. And there's so much out there, there's so much coming out in this coin and that coin. Like he said, get ready for summertime, get ready for the scams to come, because they're going to come. And you're going to hear people getting scammed. It's going to happen. Which is why I'm trying to stick with the main things the webbot said ultimately. Bitcoin and Ethereum are as solid as they ever will come. All these cryptos, they are as solid as they can get.
No, these cryptos are not as solid as they can get. Bitcoin, which I have some of, is very risky. Okay? It's probably one of the best ones out there, but it's very risky. You don't put substantial amounts of money into some of these things unless you really know what you're doing and have a backup plan. I don't recommend that at all.
Solid as a rock, 1980 song. Solid as a rock. That's why I definitely will have Bitcoin and Ethereum. And when these ICOs happen, I plan on getting in and out. And again, usually when you get in, you got to come up with Ethereum to get in. And it might be 10 to 1, 30 to 1, 50 to 1, 100 to 1, whatever the ICO thing is, the ratio for that ICO. And then you stand back and you determine yourself what is a legitimate profit that I'm willing to just take and walk away from this right now. And that's for you to decide. And then when you do, you sell it off, and now you got a crap ton more Ethereum at your disposal because you just sold off the ICO token or whatever. And then you decide, well, maybe I'll put a little bit of that into Bitcoin, and then I'll keep the rest of it into itself. Ethereum, let's leave it there in my account. Or, guys, I played this game. It's great. I'm going to go buy my house in cash money. My silver's still sitting in my safe. I'm happy with that. And I'm going to take a little vacation. I'm going up to Alabama, Tennessee again, somewhere, going up there to look at a little vacation property that I'm also going to pay for cash. Thanks to the cryptos. What other thing out there is there where somebody with, and I'm talking generally speaking for everybody, people with hardly any disposable cash at their disposal, allow myself to introduce myself, to take something like this, convert this into that, right? For example.
Okay, so you heard it right from his own mouth about playing the cryptos. Where else can you do it? So that you can buy houses and take vacations. And, yeah, moving in and out of these this is just irrational exuberance. This makes me want to even get out of Bitcoin. So to continue on, in this clip, he gets his math a little wrong, and he's very excited. I'm sure he's making or it appears he has the illusion of making tens of thousands of dollars trading these altcoins because of a webbot report. So he's very excited, and he gets his math wrong. So he's driving. He's probably concentrating. So I'm not going to hold that against him. Again, this isn't a personal attack on him, but I'm sure this is the exuberance of greed that is sweeping all these ICOs and these garbage tokens that people have no idea who's behind the company. Not necessarily say you have to have a company with a doors and a board of directors and some big cathedral-like structure to house all of your employees in. I'm not saying that, but most of these things do not even require a token of any kind. This is just to skirt U.S. securities regulations. But I'll let you play this. And he's even talking about using credit cards to buy cryptocurrencies. This is just insane.
For example, let's say someone struggled to come up with $1,000, but they did, and they were able to get in on Ripple when the webbot said to do so. I did my video. I had a few subscribers tell me I put in 3,000, 5,000, etc. and they made $150,000 to $250,000 when they sold. Which would mean if you had you scraped up $1,000 somehow and did the same thing, that could have been $75,000 to potentially $150,000. Maybe not that. We'll call it $75,000 to $100,000. I mean, these things went up so high it was ridiculous. And I don't know, is that math right? 1,000, 75,000. If there's well, then again, Ripple was a penny, 2 pennies. It all depends on where you got in at. But 2 pennies going up to like 40 cents, that's a 20 times return. So technically, even $1,000 wouldn't have been that high. It'd been, you know, what, $20,000? 20 times return. But again, it all depends on where you got in at. Remember when it was a fraction of a penny, and then it was a penny, then it was 3 cents. Again, it went to 30, 30 something cents, whatever. Point being, where else could you do something like that and get an unbelievable massive return? And let's say you took that 1,000 and turned it into 20,000. Now you've got some playing cash. But you're smart. I want to keep 5,000 because I'm poor and I don't have a lot of money, and it was hard to just come up with 1,000. I need to pay that $1,000 back to my credit card that I got it from. Now I've got 4,000 sitting in my bank just because I feel good now, which leaves $15,000 to play with. And oh, there's this new ICO. I think it might do well. I'm going to put. Well, I've already got 4,000 in the bank that I never had before. My 1,000's already paid back. That's good. F it. 15K going into this new ICO. Fingers crossed.
Wow, 15K all in to this new ICO that you've never heard of. Fingers crossed. Wow.
Your 15K is pretty much guaranteed to turn into something greater than it was.
Your 15K is pretty much guaranteed to turn into something greater than it was. Yes, folks, I believe we are in a bubble.
Maybe it won't double. Maybe it won't triple. Maybe it won't quadruple. Maybe it won't go to 10 or 15 or 20 times its value. But again, it seems like everything in crypto space is going up one way or the other. So it's like, okay, my 15 turned into 20. That wasn't a good move. I wish it did better. Pulled my money out, got it. Okay, now I've got 20K though. And I still got the 4K in the bank, right? This is something that the little guy can take and change their lives. And we're all doing it right now. Now, if the whole entire crypto space crashed overnight, we're finished.
Yeah, if the whole crypto space collapses, you're finished. Exactly. No one knows when the bubble will burst. But when you try to rush to the exit with your altcoins, Coinbase has shown recently, even sometimes when it's not that exuberant, it's down. You can't get in and out to trade or even buy and sell these things.
Done. All this talk is meaningless. But when the CEO of Coinbase comes out and says, oh, we had 40,000 new signups in one day. How many did Kraken have? How many did Polynix have? How many did the Chinese exchanges have? How many did the other exchanges have that are out there in the world? Legitimate exchanges. Thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands each, I'm sure. Which means a whole lot of people are getting into this, which is why the prices are being pushed up, 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 and up.
Precisely. Up, 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 and up. And this is the problem. So there's so much money flooding in. People are bidding up these prices. But that doesn't mean that they actually have any value. It's just a big, giant speculative casino, just like you said earlier. But he somehow has lost his correlation because he assumes that it's guaranteed returns. Going all in with 15K, fingers crossed. There's a reason why they created security regulations. And this thing isn't going to end too well. So in this next clip, Joe talks about bubbles and bubbles and bubbles, and how every time you think it's a bubble, it's not. I'll play it and let you decide for yourself.
Every time someone says it's a bubble, I'm getting out. It doesn't act like a bubble, and it goes up even higher. This is like bubbles don't go into supersonic bubbles. They just go into a bubble, maybe another bubble, and then they pop. Generally speaking, with all of the markets we've ever witnessed. But this stuff, if this is a bubble, this is like one breath of air to pump the bubble. It's gonna take 50 to pump it up. We're only at like stage two puffs on the bubble, if you want to call it a bubble. That's what we're seeing.
This is only stage 2 of a multiple. No one knows that. Again, this is this is crazy. I don't know when it is going to end, but yeah, this is wild.
The data is showing us right now, today even. Again, it's back up to $400 for Ethereum. It was 420. It dropped down to 311. The later that day, it was back up to 380, 90. Oh, there it is again, it's touching 400 again. I just went and ate lunch. It's doing it again. I happened to meet another friend that I've known for like 30 years now. He was there, and me and David are telling him, hey, you may want to get in on this. And he said, we told him all about it, and Dave's like, yeah, I didn't know I got in. He's like, my 8,000 investment's now worth about 40 to, at least 40 right now. And it's been like a month and a half since I got started. So he's like, holy crap. I'm like, yeah, it is what it is. I was like, if you can come up with 1,000 even, just let me know. I'll try to hook you up soon, but the longer we wait, it seems like the prices keep going up. So it's your call. So he's like, yeah, I'll text you in a little bit. Let me see what kind of cash I can free up. And so now we got another guy joining the party.
So now we got another guy joining the party. Like, you can't make this stuff up. And I don't believe Joe here is the only one. I'm sure this is rampant. And wow.
The little guy party, you and I, where we win. You go to the bankers party in the markets, you get crushed. Oh, I was in all those bonds. They devalued them, or they got crushed on these bonds. I was in my 401k. I can't move the money out. I got to take a 10%. I don't have to take anything. I'm in control of my money, my cryptos. I move them when I want to move them. I put them where I want to put them, and I take them out when I want to take them out.
You can't always take them out when you want to take them out. That's what Coinbase, Poloniex, Bitfinex, Mt. Gox, all these exchanges, when you're dealing with these alts, is exactly opposite of what we just said. When you try to get your cryptocurrencies out or your cash, good luck.
Yes, you will be paying capital gains taxes. But ask David if his 8K turning into 40K, if he's bothered even a little bit, that he has to pay some capital gains taxes on that. Not even kind of. So, as I've been telling people again, and I just want to mention it one more time, I've got quite a few emails just last night. Jay Snip, man, I've been profiting on these Ether. I sold some of my ETH, and I went and bought some physical silver, man. Good move. Good move.
So I'm just going to pause it there and go to the next clip. So here he starts pushing the Clif High's WebBot report and how friends that he knows are on their way to becoming multimillionaires, essentially.
So that's it. Want to give a shout out to Clif High for his WebBot report. All my subscribers, if you were wondering when it's out today. If you want to buy it, go ahead and do so. Worth every penny of the $99 and then some. Again, ask my buddy David. 8,000 turned into 40K just by listening to some of the calls in that report. It's still a data-driven report. It is what it is. We're all taking a chance. You can win, you could lose. And maybe I should give a little financial advisor statement. I am not, nor have ever been, or ever will be, what is defined as a financial advisor.
Yeah, so I'm not too sure. I'll let you decide for yourself. And I do not believe that Clif High's WebBot report is a data-driven report using predictive linguistics. So we just seen a video from one individual. Shows here that he has about over 40,000 subscribers. I'm sure there's lots of other people that watch that may not even subscribe. And he has another companion whose name is Bixweir. I'm sure you've heard of him. He's touting the same thing. I believe he even has some stuff, how he turned $99 into $24,000 and things like that. So this is back in May 1st. So this is one of Clif High's reports, $99. You'll notice the date here. It says May 2017 through 2018. So I think a lot of people bought it. It's like, oh, I should be $99 is not a bad deal. But when you come here you can see he's been selling these things for quite a while. So here's the first one here, the bare naked wealth. So May 2017 through 2018, and it's only $99. I think a lot of people bought it, and then sure enough, there's a new one. Oh, it's a compendium. Nice. Again, only $99. This one's through June now, through 2018. And I believe this is the latest one. Crypto Crocodiles, July 2017 through 2018. And again, for the low price of $99, you too can be a speculator and just win-win. You can just win-win. So this is Bix Weir from, again, just a couple of days ago, June 13th, 2017. And he's going to push the latest report from Clif High.
And go to Clif's site, and if you have $99, buy the Crypto Crocodile report. His site is halfpasthuman.com, and he goes through some of the new ones, some of the old ones, where he thinks it's going to go as it shakes out this year. It's going to be a crazy year for cryptos, a crazy summer. So you want to be involved. You want to understand it. Open up a Coinbase account. I know Coinbase sucks. They shut down when things get busy, but they're the best out there. Everybody has their preferences. Coinbase, when it's working well, is easy to use, and you link it to your bank account. You can buy and sell cryptocurrencies all you want. I don't recommend selling unless you need the money or trying to play the trader game.
So, for those that may not know who Bix Weir is, here's a video from used to be big into silver, and he seems like a nice enough guy. I'm not saying he's a scam exactly, but he's been talking about this good guys and bad guys and road to Rutas, wishes and rainbows, and how Satoshi Nakamoto is probably Alan Greenspan. Again, I can't prove any of these things. I'll let you decide that. But here, let's have a look. He's been a big silver buff, and this is from February 22nd, 2012, where a spring 2012 crash and a Ron Paul White House. So I'm just going to play the first couple of minutes of this and let you hear.
99% chance by the end of this year, be talking about, if not actually going back onto a gold standard.
Well, Bix, when we talk about there being that much.
So 99% chance we're going back to a gold standard and the system's going to collapse. That was 5 years ago. And now his biggest push has been cryptocurrencies. Yeah, that's pretty wild. So now you've heard about this great crypto multimillionaire bonanza that's affecting everyone. This report is from May 7th, 2017, and Cambridge University did a study, and they suspect there's about 3 million active cryptocurrency users today. And I just want to say, like, if the space is this small and you have Clif High reports that I am assuming tens of thousands of people are buying them or listening to his calls, you're going to be able to influence the cryptocurrency market, especially this altcoin market. And it's just a mania. Now, there's other people pushing this as well. I'm not pinning this all on Clif High. I'm just trying to say some of this exuberance, you don't need magical web bots and predictive linguistics to predict manias or bubbles. And Clif High, like I said before at the beginning of this video, he repeatedly talks about how he's not trying, he's got to be careful of what he says. He doesn't want to influence his temporal markers. Well, this is exactly what he's doing with this cryptocurrency space. It's pretty obvious. So you have these individuals. You have Clif High, Bix Weir, Bo Polney. There's other people over the years have come and gone. Jim Willie, Lindsay Williams. I just want to explain something. These people all have a common theme, and they have oracles. They have magical oracles. Jim Willie, I believe, is The Voice, right? He's got an insider friend, The Voice. Bo Polney has some magical Bible code. that was able to predict all these markets. He's been wrong and wrong and wrong. Clif High, he's been on a track record lately with the cryptocurrencies. He has predictive linguistics. Lindsay Williams has his elite friend. I'm not sure if you've heard of some of these people, his elite friend. But these people all have a secret knowledge. They have oracles. And I'd be very skeptical to believe and put faith in them, even if they might be right sometimes. And especially in this cryptocurrency scene, it's such a minute space. One thing to move Bitcoin would be tough. But some of these alternative currencies, and you're pushing them and going all in, fingers crossed. And so if there's really only about 3 million active cryptocurrency users, most of them, and the majority of them, are probably in Bitcoin. But when you're participating in this, and if you're buying these reports, let's assume even 30,000 people are taking Clif High's webbot advice, or Bix Weirs, or Jason F4's here. You will influence the market. There's a reason why Clif High never tells you about Tesla, or tells you about General Motors, or tells you about all these other stocks. You think with the webbot reports and predictive linguistics, there'd be a lot more data out there pertaining to the regular stock market, the Nasdaq, the Dow, overseas markets, multinational, multi-billion-dollar companies than there would be for some little tiny ICO or something that's about to be launched, and how it's going to change the world. This is complete 100 pure speculation. So I'm going to wrap this up here. And just before, I just want to get this out there so that people can just take a step back, folks, and just think about this stuff. You're paying monthly subscription fees to these services of oracles. All these people have an oracles or a hidden knowledge. Bix Weir has been talking about the collapse is imminent now for the better part of 6-7 years. Could it happen? Sure. And a meteor could wipe out Earth tomorrow night. It's possible, but be careful. I don't think it's a bad idea to get into some cryptocurrencies, preferably Bitcoin. It's been around the longest, but it's got issues too. These are high-risk investments. Bitcoin was risky for me to get into a few years back, and I just bought a bit. So I don't, I won't give away my position, but I have no altcoins. I might be poor. I'll let everybody else out there get rich off the webbot reports, and we'll see what happens. They're not decentralized. Krista Rose did an awesome interview, which I'm going to play some of that too, because I want to do one on Ethereum. Ethereum, I'm on Steam it, so I post on there. And don't buy any Steam. But everybody's Ethereum crazy. Ethereum. Oh, this token, it's going to revolutionize the world. You got to check out Krista Rose's videos. I'm going to try to do it if I get some time over this weekend to put something together. I don't trust it. This is proven amateur technology, and it's years away from any of this stuff. You're speculating on something that's going to probably blow up, and there's going to be more ICOs to come. But even Ethereum, people are like, they're solid as a rock. Ethereum solid as a rock. People have no idea what they're buying. Bitcoin isn't solid as a rock. We got the UASF BIP 148 that's coming up this summer, and now just yesterday, Bitmain released how they're going to probably go to a hard fork. Bitcoin isn't 100% guaranteed as solid as a rock either, and don't believe Clif High that Bitcoin's going to be here from 100 years from now. This is just crazy stuff. Please, people, do your homework and research, and just think about what you're buying, and you won't be able to get out when you think you can get out. Bitcoin's a little bit different. It's truly, as far as I'm concerned, from what I know about, I'm not a cryptocurrency expert, is probably the most decentralized, peer-to-peer, permissionless transfer system of money going, because there is no CEO. All these other things have CEOs, boards of directors. Yeah, this is just wild. So I'm just going to stop it there, and hopefully you'll come back for when I do my video on Ethereum. I'm going to probably get a lot of haters, but this story has to be told. So thanks for sticking around. I hope you found it informative, and just make some wise decisions, people. Oh, and you notice I don't have anything to accept Bitcoin or donations from these different, a lot of people are giving me a donation. If somebody can post a comment, you don't have to comment the video. Even if you want to download this video, I'm fine with that. But if somebody could post a comment on charities that are accepting Bitcoin, I'm not really concerned about any altcoins, but Bitcoin, please, I want to have a donation or a link to a place, a charity of my choice, that accepts these cryptocurrencies. Rather than me getting money from you or for anyone that's subscribing, I just want to be able to give it back. So I can at least have a link or something where I can say, hey, if you feel like donating, this is a charity that I believe in, but I need a charity that accepts Bitcoin. So if you could do that for me, that'd be a big help. Thanks a lot. Till next time, take care.